very well.
Okay, that's good. Is it loud enough?
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Nyman.
Too loud?
No, it's good.
It's good. Okay then.
And how am I? Do you hear me loud enough?
I can hear you good. Yeah. Let's put you up a bit.
Okay.
I can put it up from my side. I'm trying something new here, so.
Always the guy for a new thing to.
You know it.
Yeah,
you
man.
know it.
I
Messing
know it.
around. Alrighty.
So, yeah, welcome everybody to another podcast. Now we have my buddy Luke Nyman,
Yeah.
and it's his birthday.
Yay!
How about that?
It is indeed.
Happy birthday to Luke. Happy birthday to Luke. Happy birthday, Luke Nyman.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday to Luke. Yeah. Got that
Thanks,
on there.
Ro.
Got that down. So let's start with a song,
nice.
okay? Because
Right
I
on.
notice people like the podcast to start with music.
That's good.
Du-du-du.
And is that a
Yeah.
good mix between me and my voice and the
It's
piano?
brilliant. No, look. Anita says,
Hey.
congrats.
Merci. Nice. Thanks, Anita.
What song you want to start with?
I'll start with the Sing.
I
First
love
song
that
from the
one.
EP.
Yeah. Sing.
Let's do it.
All right, let's
sing.
do it, man.
You can sing along. You can sing with me if you want to.
All right, man, go.
Couldn't sleep last night, with the next day buzzing in my ears. Trouble funked my brain, played with all my fears. Haven't had this much fun in years. You can sing, but you cannot act. Oh, you cannot act. It's a matter of fact. Think you can dance, but you're so bad at that. Oh, so bad at that. It's a matter of fact. It's the mother of all intentions, the father you never knew. In your little room, locked up all these years, everything you ever thought impossible is possible. Oh yeah, you can sing, but you cannot act. Oh, you cannot act. It's a matter of fact. Think you can dance, but you're bad at that. It's so bad at that. It's a matter of fact. Sing, 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 sing louder now. 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 Sing, 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 sing you can sing, but you cannot act. Oh, you cannot act. It's a matter of fact. Think you can dance, but you're bad at that. Oh, but it don't matter if you're bad at that, 'cause you can smile. How about that, Mr. Ro?
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Thanks.
I'm loving it. All right.
That's cool.
You can maybe put your volume a bit down a bit, because
Voice or the piano? Or both?
just the total, I think, or maybe the piano a bit more than maybe just the piano actually.
Just the piano a bit down.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
that's the one that's sort of
Sticking out.
sticking out, and a little bit distortion right there, but
Oh no, we don't want distortion.
that's fine.
We don't want distortion. Yeah,
So-
I'm trying something new here that, going over the internet, you know how
Yeah,
people are finding out how to do it, working out how to get a good sound.
yeah, it's hard.
Mm.
I'm just struggling with my new computer. It has a
Yeah.
it has a huge screen, and it doesn't look good if I look at the screen, because it looks like I'm staring into the beyond. And
Yeah.
that's that's a bit weird. So
What
I'm
mic are
doing
you
now-
using, actually? You're not using the one on the computer?
The mic?
Sorry, the camera.
No. It's my webcam.
Ah, right, okay.
So this is already better, isn't it?
Webcam Rooney. That's better.
It's better. Okay, so yeah, you just brought out a new album, man.
New EP and a
EP.
new single.
It's called Spring. The EP is called Spring, I think.
Spring. It is. It is called Spring. In
But
fact,
the
next
single
one's-
you brought out,
Yeah.
um,
WannaBe Life.
what's the title? Sorry,
WannaBe Life.
WannaBe Life. Yeah, that's not on the EP, I think.
It's not on the EP, and it won't be
Yeah.
on this album. No.
It won't be on what album? Are you? Oops. Are you bringing out a new album?
Yeah, it's basically I've been working on an album for, you probably know, for 8 years since the last album. Trial and Error was in
Yeah, we all do, yeah.
2012.
Not
Jeez.
really, yeah.
And then I worked on this album, and I didn't know how to bring it out. And in the last 8 years, the world has changed. We've moved on. The CD has died, and bringing out a CD in
Yeah.
2012 was still doable. But bringing a CD out in 2020, for me personally, I realise,
bit,
hurts a bit, but it's not worth it.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
and you've got internet and Spotify and stuff like that, and Bandcamp. So
Yeah.
I have decided to bring it out, because who listens to albums these days? I don't know. Artists still want to make albums, I think,
Yeah.
because it feels like a whole. And
Yeah.
I think that there's there's people that still listen to albums too. Maybe older generation, I don't know, younger generation. But
I still do sometimes. You know,
Sometime- yeah.
I listen to the
do
classic albums. You know. Yeah, it could be anything. But, you know what I mean, right? Those classic albums. You know,
exactly.
because you grew up on them also, huh? But the newer
Well-
ones, I'm like, nah.
That's
No,
it. What's a new
yeah.
album? Yeah. Who?
Well,
what's-
I have to say, some albums I listen to. I listen to the new album of Stormzy a lot.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So because it's such a good album, and it only has good songs on it, so I just
That
I
helps.
just stream the whole album, and it's just good.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it
Yeah.
does help,
It's.
yeah.
I mean, albums are meant to be streamed as whole. They're made as a whole concept. So
Yeah.
they work or they don't. But and they're still. I suppose they have a relevance, but it's not the same. Like album was king for 40 years. If not longer, and.
Yeah.
The whole idea, I guess, since the 70s, when you had Led Zeppelin and then bringing out similar albums where they never had a single really, but it was just album. You bought the
Yep.
album, and King Crimson and things like that. And now, I don't know if a new band, you've got something like who did Kid A? Radiohead.
Yep.
That was maybe, yeah.
Well, that was a real
I can
album.
see. That was a real album. I was just
or
wondering if
OK
they brought out
Computer.
a new album now, would people listen to it, or they just bring bits and bobs? They bring different
They
things
do.
out.
No. They had
singles
an
and-
album with something with Moon. It's a good album. A good album. Yeah, I've listened to it a couple of times.
Okay.
But what I do is I think, but this song stands out. This one, this is brilliant. So I just click on a button, like a heart button or something,
Yeah.
and then it goes automatically into a smart playlist that assembles all these songs that I like. And then when I don't know what to play, I just shuffle that
Okay.
top rated. I call it my top rated.
Yeah.
I just shuffle that playlist, and then every song that comes up is it's just a
Okay.
banger.
That
for me
is the new
personally.
way. Yeah. Indeed,
Yeah,
what you're talking about. The
and then
lists.
I'm listening to, and then you know, um, and then Radiohead comes along with that one song, and then I can
You
even
put it on the
click
list.
on the album and say, well, I want to listen to now I want to listen to the whole album. So it's still
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, yeah. It's a different way of thinking. Before
Yeah,
it would be you pick up. You had your album, your collection, and then you just play that whole thing because it was easy to play a whole album than play one song off it and take your needle off again, and or
no,
with
that's not
records and stuff
doable.
like that. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
So anyway, so now I've gotten into releasing smaller packets, and the idea is to release the spring EP. Summer's
Yeah.
coming. There's going to be a summer EP with more danceable
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then an autumn EP with more like restful stuff. And then I'm going to bring out the winter EP, which is going to be the album, in fact, which is the Soul Love album. And it will be the collection of all of them with maybe
Oh,
one or two
okay.
extra songs on it.
You
So,
put everything on the winter
yeah,
EP.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Because in the winter, you've got nothing else to do.
and this yeah, and this single that you just brought out is going to be on the summer EP then.
Now the single actually it's a bit of a connection to it because it's an upbeat single, and the summer EP is going to be an upbeat, more danceable stuff and
Well,
rock stuff.
it's upbeat, right? The single.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's going in that direction. But actually, the single, it was something that I just felt like, hey, I want to release this right now. And I can because we live in that age. And
Yeah.
so I put it together and I released it as a single.
Right.
And I'm going to do more of that, I think, in the future where I've got the main road plan, which is this year, which is this album in EPs.
Yeah.
And then in between, if I feel like I want to release a song that I've got, one of my 400 over the years,
Mm.
then I'll do that, or I write a
Oh
new
yeah.
one or whatever, and I feel like this has to be said. Then
Yeah.
then I'll release it. So there'll be in between songs coming through as well.
Wow.
Give it a bit of a mix and match, as it were. Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hear a lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want
Yeah.
another one? Want to do another song then?
I'll do another song. Yeah. I'll do. Yeah. I'm going to do one that's not on these. This is a
That doesn't
typical
matter. But
typical
have,
singer-songwriter.
like you just said, you have 400 songs.
Exactly. It's like, and here's one that I haven't released yet, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
goes like this. It's called Sober. It's coming on the next album that I have planned.
You mean the
I have made.
summer EP?
No, I'm talking about the next
The
album
autumn.
after summer, spring, summer, autumn, and the winter album.
Even after that,
The
you
next
already have got
album.
something planned.
Oh goddamn! Yeah.
Oh my God, you're
You
crazy.
guys, you got to keep listening. Yeah, it's called.
You're way ahead of the curve, right?
Yeah, there's too much coming out of this and not enough coming out on the internet. So
No,
that's why I'm going for the internet thing. That album is going to be called "You Will Survive," and off the album is this song called "Sober."
All right.
And I'll play it on the piano. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Go ahead.
Okay. Shake a plastic hand, paint a perfect smile, talk a bit too loud, just going through the motions, drink a little wine, have a little love, sign an autograph, just going through the motions. I dreamt last night that I was over running through the crowd, screaming things out loud. No one hears a sound. Buzzing in my head, fighting with my life, a fire that will not light, just going through the motions. I dreamt last night, I dreamt last night that it was over. It burned inside, it burned inside. But now I'm sober. Now I'm sober. Now I'm sober. Now I'm sober.
Yeah, great, man.
Thank
Get an
you.
applause going for you. Hey, hey.
Applause.
Yeah, just
I-
just one thing.
Yeah?
I'm still tweaking a bit. Anita says she likes it, by the way.
Thanks, Anita.
But so maybe the piano can get a little bit louder again.
Too late. That's the last one I'm going to do on the piano. I'm going to do
Oh.
guitar next. So
That's okay, man. But
Maybe-
it was great.
next time a compressor is needed, I think, or a limiter. maybe.
Yeah, could be.
I'm doing it without the aid of a compressor or limiter. So
Just use this one, man. Just
sorry, I can't see what you've got there.
Use this
Oh, you've
one.
got that. Yeah.
Oops. Yeah,
I've got all built-in stuffs, but hey,
that's the one, man. You know it? Mike 500 from Behringer.
I do. I think it's a good
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
one. Brilliant. It's I know the original one. There was one in the 90s that it's based upon.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No idea.
It had a tube in there.
Yeah, this one also has a tube. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because it's based on that one. You know, Behringer only does copies of other things.
Oh, you mean it's based on an original, not non-Behringer.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. Ultra Game. What was it called? It was. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but
Huh.
people will know it. People will know it for sure. People who are
Yeah,
into
for sure.
the game. In the game.
Now, so I wanna talk to you a little bit about COVID-19 and what it does to the artistry and songwriting and career-wise.
Yeah.
Maybe you have something to say about it. How did it change?
I'll just say what it did to me and what I've seen is that as a songwriter and producer primarily, I was actually in my element because I could sit at home and produce and write my songs. And and my EP came out, my single came out. I had chance to do all of that,
Yeah.
so I could work well on my own. And I'm blessed with the fact that I can play multiple instruments and sing and produce stuff as well. So I can do all of that myself. I don't need to ask anybody else to do that. Although it's really nice to work with other people as well.
Yeah.
But I can pull it off myself, hopefully well enough. But I think for songwriters, so as myself, it was actually a useful period of time. Actually, and I saw that compared to musicians who were gagging, like yourself, gagging at wanting to go and play, and you couldn't because all of those places where you were going to play are shut down, so you just can't. There's nobody out there.
Nope.
I didn't have that, but that was that. You're a songwriter and a musician as well, a working musician, and
Yeah.
that must have been real hard for you. How was that for you then?
Well, I really missed it, but I missed it mostly when I got to play again. I realized how much I missed it. So
Right,
I think
that's interesting.
my mind just has a way of not letting it in, sort of numbing it.
Well,
And then when
yeah,
I got to really play for the people again, I just realized
it was in
how
you.
important it is for me.
I think it's a human trait. I think it's what we do, and it's good because we need to do that. It's our way of
Yeah,
looking after
otherwise we
ourselves. You
just
just
go
go.
mad, right?
That's right. Yeah, you don't quite know what's ahead, so you just put your head down and you go for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then when
exactly.
you get back to it, and you kind of go, "Oh, geez, I've been missing
I
it so lot."
actually missed. Yeah,
Yeah.
look what Charlie says, huh? Charlie, hey
Hey, Rowan, happy
Charlie.
birthday! Thank you, Charlie. Very nice from across the pond. That's
Yeah.
great, world viewers.
So
Yeah. So
yeah,
I
that's
can
yeah.
yeah, get what you're talking about there. It's
And
it rolls two ways.
the way you write songs, did it change because of the lockdown?
No, no. My style at the moment of writing songs, because I write songs so because it's so built into me now that they roll out real quick, and I kind of know what's an interesting idea and to work on it.
Okay.
Um, and so just an example, one song idea that came up was because I saw somebody writing something on Facebook, and it was like, oh, I like that, and it just sort of it just popped up, and some rhythmic thing happened in my head, and a second line came along, and then I wrote to him and said, hey, you just set me off on a song idea, and he gave me and he wrote back, and what he said was even more fodder, more stuff for the song. So it was like a natural occurrence, and then I sat down on my keyboard and I mean, I got the idea in my head of how the music went, and so I was fumbling around on the keyboard and found it pretty quick, and also decided to just put it live out on there. If you look back on my YouTube, on my Facebook stream, you'll find it somewhere in March or something like that,
Ah,
and it's just my first. I dare to put my first idea, real sketchy idea, and who knows even if it will turn into a song, but. On live. I just went live and played it for people.
yeah.
So, in that respect, it was new to actually do that because I kind of knew people were there and not doing anything else, so they were probably on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. So I felt sort of kindred spirit with people that way, and indeed people watched it and loved it and laughed and I made mistakes, but that's okay. Doing
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is that's part of the way. So I like that.
yeah.
In that respect, it's changed. Not that I do that
Mm.
every time, but just sharing stuff with people
Because that's the only way you
regularly.
can share is through the internet nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I mean, more
if
than
we'd have had
normal.
this 20 years ago, there was no Facebook, and internet was just so
Mm.
early that it was you couldn't get streaming very well. I remember streaming with my brother, trying to do that in about 2000, and it was like this really small, like a postage stamp size, and,
Ah, yeah.
and he was like every 10 seconds, it was like an old fashioned film. And now look what we're doing,
Yeah.
So in 20 years, we've come a long way. So it's incredible that it's happened, that COVID has happened now when we've got
Mm-hmm.
this possibility worked out and by and large tested that we can actually communicate with each other over the internet
Yeah,
like this.
much easier now. Yeah.
Yeah. Although you miss, of
Look how
course,
far I've come in a couple of months, basically.
yeah, you've done
Got
it.
myself.
We've both done it because, of course, I do also the open mic night for the American Book Centre,
Yeah.
and that's a bit different from yours, where you have people like me on your show and people watch and they can chat, which is great. But with the open mic night, it's actually people coming together and then playing or performing poetry and prose and stuff with each other, for each other, and it really feels. After about 3 times, I realized that it's like inviting people to your house because, like, right now we're doing an interview with you and me, and it's a bit formal maybe, but it's when you've got like 15 people, of which 10 of them are going to perform, and they all
Mm.
come up, then it really feels like you're sharing a common space as if they were in my room. So there's an intimacy there, and a
Yeah.
gathering. And yet there are people from like America, India, London, Scandinavia, Germany we had, as well as from Dutch people. So, you get a whole. It's blown my mind because I kind of understood that it was there, but I never experienced it. And having experienced that, then it's heartwarming because it's really all this technology and stuff is great, but it's there. What the purpose for me is, it's there to connect human beings, and we use it, to make ourselves to get that humanity over, which is what we're kind of doing today as well, I think.
Yeah, for sure. You want to give some humanity by playing a song?
I do indeed. I want to play humanity by playing Cowboy's Lament.
Yeah, Cowboy's Lament. Great.
Should I just say how this? I kind of wrote this one in one go. It's one of those one-go wonders, which is great. It doesn't always happen. And I was watching the Eagles documentary, the two-parter.
Oh yeah.
Don't know if you saw it. And
no, I haven't seen it, but I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, yeah, and not one of my sort of favorite bands, but you just know most of the songs that they've, the hits they've had. And so I watched it, and then I was so inspired that at 2 a.m, all of these words flooped out in one go. And then the next day I picked up my guitar and wrote the song. So this is Cowboy's Lament.
All right, go ahead.
Check you can hear the guitar. I guess you can.
Found me in a bar on 109th, and my head was filled with gin. In a striped suit and a pickup line about a beer just pulled me in. Looked in my direction and I thought I found perfection. It was just a trick of the light. After a couple of rounds of losing and a couple of beers of boozing, it ended up being just another one of those same old lonely nights. Why does it always take so long to say goodbye? And I'm creeping out of here by the old oak door. No more long goodbyes. Oh, this time, no reason why. You'll be waiting in the bedroom, and I'll be gone. Arrows point out for me to where the angels all are living out the dream. That's when we moved in together, thinking things could soon get better. But the discord started screeching, the bottle started preaching, leaving me to bereave in another lonely time and place. Oh yeah. Take so long to say goodbye. Creeping out of here by the old oak door. No more long goodbyes. Oh, this time, no reason why. You'll be waiting in the kitchen, I'll be gone.
Great, man. That's.
Thanks.
I mean, if you would say that was a song of the Eagles, I wouldn't be surprised at all. It would be like, yeah, of course, I understand that
They might
completely.
sue me, careful. But if
Like,
I
there
could
are
make as
some
money as they do, that'd be good.
Yeah, like what Charlie says. He saw the documentary, and
Indeed. Dysfunctional in the family, yeah.
he's bought your
Hey,
song.
thank you. Yes,
He bought
indeed.
it.
Very nice, Charlie. He was up
Now
on.
that's a good. Charlie's one of our heroes, isn't he?
He is. He's great. He's an absolute
Someone
lover
who
of music
actually
and
supports.
lover of
actually
people. Yeah,
supports,
supporter of
artists.
people's music. It's great. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go see him next. Actually, that's good. Charlie, we have to do an appointment. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
He's got a radio show coming, or
yeah. He does up close and up close and personal, acoustic. I can't say
up
it.
close and acoustic, I think.
Up close and acoustic. Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's the show.
and he also has a on Facebook, so a feed where he and other people put up good singer-songwriter music, and it's always good quality.
Oh.
Yeah, it's always searching around. It's always finding new stuff. It's great.
Oh, that's good. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, he'll send me a link. Charlie, send me a link.
For
All right,
sure.
man.
Yeah. should do it.
So, what are your plans? What is you've already told me something about it, but
Yeah, musically
maybe-
speaking, because you say with the corona, people coming out now. I must say I'm pretty. The other side of the corona story was that I was very happy being on my own. I realised I'm more of a closed-in sort of homebody than I thought. And going out now, people, I wear a mask, but in Amsterdam, in where I live in the Pipe, people don't seem to give a damn. It's really bizarre.
right.
So that freaks me out a lot. But when it gets back to normal, I mean, yeah, the new normal, what they say, nothing's the same. I'm going to be bringing more songs out for sure. So keep a check on the Bandcamp site. Yeah, Luke Nyman at
All right.
Bandcamp.
Plug that one. Bandcamp.
Luke Nyman spelled down there, all one word, and then bandcamp.com.
Yeah, let
and
me
you can.
let me make a.
Oh yeah,
So
do it.
it's
Luke
Luke
Nyman,
Nyman.
and then .bandcamp, and then .com.
Dot Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. All my new stuff will be
Cool.
there. It's also on SoundCloud, but it's also going to be on Spotify and iTunes and the usual suspects, as these are at the moment. So I'm going to keep on bringing stuff out because I want to release these 400 songs that I haven't, 380 of them I haven't released
You
yet.
haven't
So,
released them yet. Those are all
it's
new
really,
songs.
it's really interesting to listen to the old stuff that I'd done. The first songs I wrote in the early 80s and the mid 80s. And they're beautiful songs. And of course now I can, that's the one. Now I can actually play them better and sing them better, hopefully. But I want to bring out those as well as doing the MIDI Doctor, what I do, of course. Helping people with computers and producing, because producing a new single. Dick Pells is releasing a new single next week, which I produced. And I'm working with Anne-Marie Hilbrands, who's a great singer, and she's just started songwriting, but she's picking up real fast. And because she's had a history of playing in bands and jazz and stuff, she's already got a lot of knowledge. So we're putting together an album for her as well.
Great.
Probably bringing out EPs for her as well.
Ah.
So I'm looking for.
Producing.
I'm
You're a
producing,
producer
yeah.
guy.
I just say this is a call out, actually. If anybody likes what they hear and likes what they see and the vibe that I'm giving off, then they should send me an email, Luke Nyman at xsworld.nl, or find my website or whatever, or on Facebook, and we can have a chat, because I love doing projects for people where I really feel the vibe of the music and I get it. And it usually tends to be like singer-songwriters, quieter music, but with a heart and soul.
Yeah. Is this the one?
That's the one.
That's the one. That's his email address. Reach out to this guy.
Or if you just want to say you like the music, that's also really nice.
Yeah.
From wherever in the world you're sitting, that's also good.
Okay, good. You want to do one more song then?
Oh, Yeah, sure. You caught me. I don't know. Have you got a request?
Oh, home is where
I do.
the
Home? Oh, yeah.
home is where the home is. No, home is where
Home is where the heart is.
the heart is.
Home is where the
And
heart is.
tell us when is the open mic
Open
session
mic?
that you organize? When is that?
Yeah, that's tomorrow night, actually. Very, very soon. Tomorrow night.
Oh,
Yeah,
Friday
6 o'clock.
night.
People can find that if they look for ABC Open Mic on Facebook, or American Book Center Open Mic, or Virtual Open Mic, or if they check my my Facebook page,
Yeah,
then they should find the link through that as
just
well.
search
And
for
that's-
ABC Open Mic.
Yeah, and or it's actually even on the abc.nl site, because it's in Holland, so it's .nl, not .com. So abc.nl, and you'll find the events there. And we're doing it on
This one.
Zoom. You got it?
abc.nl. So easy, huh?
It's
Is
so
it really
easy.
this?
It's that abc.nl. Go
That's
to
a
that
great
site.
URL, man. That's like
It is, isn't it?
they
Yeah.
must have paid $1 million for it.
No, we're just fast. That was it. That we were
They
just
were
fast and
they were
first.
early.
Yeah, early birds. And you go to the events page there, and then you'll see that for tomorrow night. It starts at 6 o'clock Central European time, which in American or in Indian time, I have no clue what that is, but people can find
Well,
that
for
out.
New York, it would be noon.
Noon. There you
Noon,
go.
yeah.
If you're in New York, come and join us.
Yeah.
It's really good fun, and in the end, we tend to end up having a discussion about the art and how it works, and the difference between poetry and the connections of poetry and music and
Great.
stuff like that, and
Yeah.
the world. So yeah, it's just nice people. So find the link and then come join us on Zoom if you wish. That'd be good.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe I got some time. We'll see.
Yeah, it'd be good if you pop in. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Come
lovely.
play something or just watch.
Yeah. Well, let's listen to one of my favorite tracks of you.
Yeah,
Home is a Feeling. That's the name of it. Yeah, I remember it again.
that's right.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Haven't played it for a while to see if I can do it. Your house may burn down, your furniture is gone, your prized possessions may leave you forlorn. But when you can erase every last trace, you'll find home's a feeling, not a place. Home's a feeling, not a place. Home's a feeling, not a place. Whatever you do, don't feel lonely, 'cause home's a feeling, not a place, not a place, not a place. And the grieving process that you're going through, it's not a bad thing, but a natural thing to do. When you can erase every last trace, you'll find home's a feeling, not a place. Home's a feeling, not a place. Home's a feeling, not a place. Whatever you do, don't feel lonely, 'cause home's a feeling, not a place. Not a place, not a place. Home's a feeling, and not a place. home's a feeling 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 and not a place. Yeah, and not a place. Oh yeah, and not a place. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Woo. Anita says, lekker nummer.
Lekker, yeah.
Lekker hoor. Ik vind het ook te gek. Real good song.
Beetje, sluit een beetje aan voor nu misschien. Wel is het
I think
andersom.
so, yeah.
Maar,
Home's a feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit different because now you are only home. So
Only home. You have to find a place in yourself. Yeah.
yeah.
But also, while I was playing it, George Floyd popped up in my head because I
Right.
wanted to say something about it, and I don't
Yeah,
know how
yeah.
that connects it, but it's like, you know, it has to be said, I think, because this last 2 weeks since it happened, really, you know, and again happened. I feel like, you know, as crappily as I probably say it, I have to say something because we have to say something, you know. We as in people, but we also as in white people, because I think that this, you know, it's been too long just a coloured person's domain of having to stand up for themselves, and I think that now what's heartening to me in this disheartening moment is that really people of all colours are standing up and wanting to make a difference, and just the vibe is there worldwide. It just seems different. I don't know how
Yeah.
you feel about it, but
I have two feelings. First, I'm thinking, you know, I've seen this so many times, of course, and
Yeah.
I get sort of not numb, but no, not numb at all, but sort of my mind is just being realistic, where
yeah.
I could also be maybe I'm trying to be more inspired by all of this, and thinking that this is maybe a turning point, but
see,
my
everybody has-
mind is in itself already like, oh yeah, whatever, you know,
exactly.
seen this
It
before
just
and-
this, you know, how to experiences. You know, you've seen it so many times and experienced it so many times that you're kind of like, well, like in a way, sort of dumbing down what you said earlier about going into the COVID. You know, you thought, oh, okay, I've got to do this. You put your head down, you do it, and you come out the other side, and it's like, oh my god, I missed something. But
Yeah.
you know, you've gone through it
Same
so
thing.
often that you have to kind of keep your head down. And for me, as an ignorant white bloke, I guess you'd call me, I'd call myself, that I, you know, I knew things like that happened, but it never really touched me or affected me, or I never really thought about it too much. But now I feel that I have to wake up and play my part. It's like silence now is just is equal to death, really, in a way.
Yeah.
And,
So there's
I don't know
something
how to
that's
do it, but-
changed, and I wonder
Yeah.
why, because maybe it is the whole thing that it came together with COVID-19.
I think partly because
That
of the
people are already
bottled up.
vulnerable. They're already
Yeah.
on edge.
Yeah,
So they're like, oh, no, this is enough, you know?
yeah.
So I'm
exactly.
happy about that.
There are moments in time, and I think that, you know, you had the '60s, and you had Martin Luther King, and you had things going on in the '60s like that, and there were moments that we look back on and use, you know, rightfully so, to say this should not happen. And I think that what's happened last week is just another point which is going to be remembered in history, and
Right.
somehow it's a changing of it's a watershed. So, you know, whatever
Yeah.
the reasons. And of course, you know, Trump and the way that's going at the moment
That's of
makes for
course
the
also
frustration.
it
but
it adds
it's-
up. It adds up,
Yeah,
huh?
it really
The
does.
fact that the reaction wasn't it
there was
didn't
no
live up to
yeah.
any standard.
No, exactly, the anti-reaction. So I think the world is changing, and and it's in uproar.
Yeah.
And it has to, these things have to happen. I mean, I personally would love to have it where it's all like smooth all the time, but I realize that doesn't happen, and it shouldn't happen as well. It should wake people up, like it's waking me up as well.
Yeah.
So that's just my personal thing.
Yeah. Well, for tonight I had somebody scheduled. I mean, but
Oh yeah.
she gracefully declined because of Black Lives Matter. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. You probably don't want to. I mean, for everybody it's different, but she just didn't want to be the one who was going to be taking that place. And I'm happy to be able to say that I have a black artist tonight for the podcast. There's another podcast coming with someone over the pond. So it's going to be in the afternoon for her, and she's been on the open mic already 2 times.
What's her name?
Nefertiti Gold. She's from New Jersey.
New Jersey, okay.
Yeah, and she's gonna be there. We're gonna do the podcast starting at 9. So for everybody who's watching, that's gonna be quite.
I'll try and do it, but I think because of my birthday, I think I'm going out with.
No, it's okay, man. You can always watch later. I mean,
I can watch later. Yeah, for
for sure.
And do that.
But I want to thank you for being on the show, Luke.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me. It was,
you're welcome.
Always good chatting. It's
Yeah. And well, we'll see each other again. Hopefully soon online, because I have this new computer and I want to test it. So.
Oh yeah. I want to see that. Okay, well maybe tomorrow we'll get back together and we'll do that.
We'll make a date.
That'd be good. Or we'll do Jam Kazam, and then we can do some live jamming together, because I'm getting that working over the thing. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Enough with the nerd talk. That's us. That's what we always do.
That's the end of the nerd talk for today.
Right, thanks everybody. Ja, Anita is er weer bij vanavond. Goed zo, Anita. Thanks everybody for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to his channel. Do it.
I don't even know where that button is. It's probably somewhere.
No, that's the wrong button. Sorry, I don't know.
All right, guys. All right, Luke. Thanks a lot, huh?
Thanks, Ro.
All right,
Ciao.
bye-bye.